Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We have a lot to go over. Astrology, Feng Shui, and investing just to start with. So let's get on it. I especially want to thank my friends who inspire me. Everybody inspires me. But I had a friend who asked about investing, or I told her I'd make a video about investing. So here we go. I'm not a financial advisor, at least on paper. I have worked with clients during my tarot reading days. When I was full-time tarot reader, I had one client who specifically, he was an investor. He made hundreds of thousands of dollars. He'd call me, he'd ask my advice on what days to invest. Astrology. You need to get yourself a really good, and Eastern and Western astrology charts. Pay attention to what days you are, the prosperity flows to you. My general consensus is Earth signs. We're on planet Earth. Earth is the best days to do any kind of prosperity spells, transactions. Of course, Mercury retrograde is not the time to be, that's the time like now, this is some crazy energy. But in general, Earth signs, when the full moon, Earth signs is when you want to do your investing. And of course, like I said, get your own personalized chart, pay attention. For me, I've noticed Aquarius is when, boom, my finances have been struck by lightning. So that's the first. Next, literally get your house in order before you even start trying to draw in new prosperity or making new ventures. Sacred geometry. Like my lucky area is the south, the lucky direction. It's a big spider web puzzles of here and there, of yin and yang. Now, like I said, I had a client who was a real big-time investor. But he had real big boy money and big girl, big boy money to play with. And that was one of his advices, is he said, real estate first. Kind of on the get your house in order before you start investing. Because I'm going to tell you, a friend of mine's son-in-law, long story short, I don't want to divulge too much, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's not a good idea to play the investment game. It really is something you need to, it's a full-time job. That's why there's stockbrokers. It's a gambling. It's like gambling too. So if you don't like losing money, like I have a little crypto account. I like crypto because you can make little tiny investments at a time and build up. I'm going to check into this one thing, penny stocks. I don't know. Like I said, I'm more about the turtle energy, especially now. You working with the energies. This is a great time because the car bubble's blown, so soon the real estate is going to start coming back down. It'll be good for us buyers. Real estate, best investment you're ever going to make, in my humble opinion. Some people, I don't know, I've heard all kinds of stuff. To me, I don't see how you can go wrong with real estate unless you somehow don't pay your insurance, don't pay your taxes, don't pay your mortgage, which, I mean, if you're paying crazy rent, anyways, I don't see there being a problem. I mean, stuff happens, but in general, if you're managing to pay some insane amount of rent, you're going to be able to make your mortgage, tax, insurance payments. You're going to be able to do it. And the FHA, and it's not just for first-time home buyers, but say $200,000, they only require a 3.5% down payment. They have lower credit score requirements. So say for a $200,000 mortgage, $7,000 down. That's nothing. You can get, of course, my favorite hobby, the credit score. And I'm going to show you my updated. And this has only been a very short period of time. I mean, and for those who have been watching my videos, my credit score has gone up 60 points because I've been fighting some evil medical debt vampires who, they really effed me. Well, they tried to F me, but I fought back. So this was a couple weeks ago, and this was yesterday. Yeah, baby, yeah. So I know what I'm talking about. So, get your credit score up there. To me, like with that credit score, I could probably get an FHA loan, but I'm still working on TransUnion. They're this year's bad guy, I guess. Anyways, so get your credit score up there and get a personal loan and put the personal loan as a down payment on a home. They want to see that. They want to see people buying property. I did it twice, and I got 2 personal loans this year. I'm working on other stuff. You can do it. You can do it. If you want to fly with the eagles, don't be afraid of heights. You've done it before, you can do it again. And you know who I'm talking to. But that's the thing. Don't be afraid. You have 2 camps. You have a credit card debt hating camp, which I don't know these days, unless you inherit some money, win the lotto, do have the savvy to know how to make those investments with the big boys like Microsoft, etc. I don't know how you're going to do anything without at least temporarily going into debt of some kind. I mean, if you can, hey, if you don't have to go into debt and you can just buy stuff outright, kudos to you. But I think in general, most of us have to play the chess game of life. Juggle our money, woo, because I do a lot of juggling, baby. But it works if you do it right, responsibly. Now, if you want to get into the big boy investment, you're going to have, and this is coming from a woman who now is a millionaire, but she started out with $10,000. Right up front, $10,000. She bought 10 stocks for $1,000 each. And she says Her strategy is every month is the one that's not producing, she sells and buys a new one. No, and that's the other thing. When you're dealing with the other stratosphere, emotion is, you have to master your emotions. You can't, when it comes to like stocks, you can't get attached to a stock. You have to cull the one that's not producing. That was her advice. And now she's a millionaire. So she must have done something right. So that's my advice with investing real estate. Get yourself your own personal property. And if you can find a multi-unit property, even just 2 townhouses, it's better than just a single family because you can add that as future income. If not, stick with getting yourself property. Number 1, best investment. Then you can go on to buying. I would prefer to buy vacation rental properties. Like Corpus Christi, I cannot believe I'm giving this little secret away. What a gem. When I get to that level, that would be my next goal, would be to have vacation rental properties. Unless you can find someone to manage rental properties. Because I helped my Aunt Joanne, God bless her soul, or I honor the ancestors. She had this farmhouse. She rented out. Beautiful place. One bum after another. Destroyed the property. I know, not everybody is a bum, but when it comes to dealing with personal or renting out an old house, renting out property, I've experienced it with my aunt. It's really sad that those people make it hard for the rest of us who, hey, we would be grateful and respect the property. But my aunt finally sold because after the 3rd, 5th, I don't know, I had to go there more than once. I'm here to get the rent money for my aunt. What's the problem? I said, I want to hear your excuses. You're either going to get my aunt paid her rent or we're going to start eviction proceedings. Oh, lo and behold. Oh, okay. Here you go. Yeah. Sad. That's my experience. Vacation rental properties, or get a management company, because you don't want to have to deal with the mess. And it's sad. Not all people are ungrateful, but unfortunately, I've experienced it. I've talked to other people, and that's the reality. So, I want you to think about that and start getting that credit score. Like I said, FHA doesn't have as high, but if you can get your score to 720, and I know you can, but even getting up to here, especially for FHA, 3.5% down, get a personal loan, and start saving money. And this is my next piece of advice. EIN number. Get yourself your little side hustle. If you're doing Uber, get yourself a business checking account, your EIN number, and your state license. Invest in yourself. Before you even do anything, any other investing, Investing in yourself. I'm getting a makeover tomorrow, so I can't wait to show you Thursday. I'm investing in myself. Investing in yourself. So investing in yourself, I cannot stress that enough, because the microwaves, okay, brings it to you. Have confidence in yourself. Don't be afraid. Yes, it's a big step, but you can do it. Just do it, man. I'm working on just doing it. Just takes time, and all we've got is time. Sometimes it's just how I think about it, because it's a battle. But I'm winning. I keep winning battles. So investing in yourself, getting that EIN number, that business checking account, your state license, because whatever side hustle money you get, put a portion of it, even if it's just $5 to start with. $5, okay? Just get into the habit. And if you can put more into your business checking account, basically you're using it as a savings account, but it still looks good to have a business checking account and starting a relationship with a banker. That's what I did. I am so thankful. Okay, I'm not getting paid for this. The Bank of America, I was so fortunate that the Bank of America manager recognized my intellect and helped me get a business account. Now I have two accounts. I have two banks, Chase and Bank of America. And I'm not getting any money for promoting them, but they have been the best to work with. So that is how I've been building. Because when you go and you write down, when you're filling in an application for a loan, they want to see $50,000 in income, at least. That's what they want to see. They want to see a $50,000 income. And if you can put your work, your employee, your employer, and then your side hustle. Plus, you can write everything off. You can have an office. You can write off your mileage. There's so many write-offs you can get from having a little business. Whatever it is, Uber, that is a business. You are a business. So there's a lot more to investing. But like I said, this is not the year. I mean, if you really want to get into it, commodities this year. Old-fashioned, stable commodities. This is just not the right kind of energy to be investing in speculative ventures. Um, and another one thing I was doing today was little by little. It's taken months. I got all my credit cards paid back off from when I had to go to Texas and help my uncle. Well, here we are, at least 30 days later, and none of the credit bureaus, except maybe one of them, have updated that my credit cards are all paid off again. So I called one and they said, you need to call the credit card company. I called the credit card company and they said, well, you need to call the credit bureau. And I said, the credit bureau told me to call you. When did you report it? So they looked, they said, okay. So they looked, they gave me a specific date. So I called the credit bureaus back and said, on blah, blah date, my credit cards were reported as paid off. So one person I got on the phone said, well, they're going to dispute it for me, because it should be updated. That'll take it up. I'll practically have a zero credit utilization. Yeah. Woo-hoo! Call when there are discrepancies. They've had plenty of time to update it. Why aren't you updating it? Yeah. And the one guy said, yeah, you've got the right. And I go, thank you. I didn't say I know, even though I wanted to say I know. Remember, more bees with honey, except when you need to get, I mirror the person. If they're being nice, I be nice. If they're being snarky and rude, I be assertive. Because you don't want them, those sociopaths, and there's a lot of them out there, they want to get you emotional. We don't want to get emotional with these vampires. They're not all vampires. So more bees with honey. But if you got to get assertive, like I did with the one, excuse me, I know I've paid that off. I have it on my bank statement. Thank you. And I'm just really in such a good mood because I can't wait. I've got some awesome news to share. Because Thursday, I can't wait to see you Thursday, Juno and your birthday, and then of course there's Love Spell Fridays. So please like, subscribe, share, comment, share the love, and of course, I love to hear about when my advice has helped out. Thank you. Many blessings.